The Trump administration was distracted by last year's election and ignored recommendations to fight the coronavirus pandemic. That's according to the White House COVID-19 response coordinator under former President Trump, Dr. Deborah Birx, in a closed-door testimony that she gave to the House Select Subcommittee on the pandemic this month. Birx told congressional investigators more than 130,000 American lives could have been saved if the Trump White House had taken swifter action against the virus. I believe if we had fully implemented the mask mandates, the reduction in indoor dining, and getting friends and family to understand the risk of gathering in private homes, and we had increased testing, that we probably could have decreased fatalities into the 30% less to 40% less range, Birx said. When asked directly if Trump did everything he could to try to mitigate the spread of the virus and save lives during the pandemic, Birx responded no, according to excerpts shared by the panel. This is a man who talked about injecting bleach into our skin, who was pushing hydroxychloroquine, who didn't do anything, practically nothing, to advance our fight against this coronavirus. You saw an administration and a COVID team that was desperate for measures to be put in place, and a president that was saying one thing out of one side of his mouth and another out of the other side of his mouth, confusing the American public every step of the way. It's because so much has happened during the Trump presidency that we've become immune to it all. We've become so desensitized to hundreds of thousands of people dying when simple steps could have been taken from the top down, but he refused to be clear on anything, not even the vaccine. This former president got vaccinated, but didn't let the American public see or know about it. He barely got to the finish line here.
He was someone who every night on the campaign trail gathered huge crowds. They weren't wearing masks. They weren't socially distanced. Near the end, they were outdoors, but those were traced to being super spreader events at times. He hosted super spreader event at the White House when he announced his Supreme Court pick, leading to an outbreak there, including his own illness. And then let's remember this, that after the election, he basically abdicated the responsibilities of the presidency. He went behind closed doors. We barely saw him. His only focus was trying this ill-fated, absurd attempt to overturn election results. And that winter of 2020 into early 2021 were some of the deadliest months of the pandemic yet. And there was no leadership from the White House whatsoever on the matter.